Hang on a minute. Tony, thank you very much. Now put it down.
Eccentric, bold, adventurous, and generous, Richard Branson is one of the wealthiest people on the planet. However, he wasn't born rich. Just like most self-made billionaires, he has his business acumen and creative mind to thank for his wealth. His business may have suffered from the global health situation, but that hasn't stopped him from looking at the bright side and working hard to make sure that his group's interests and assets are kept afloat. He may have labeled himself the dumbest person back in school when he was young, but he has come such a long way, and no one can doubt his success. In this video, we're going to talk about his net worth, lifestyle, and how he spends his money. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Did you know that he left school at the age of 16 to pursue his first business? Dropping out of school seems to be common among multimillionaires and entrepreneurs. In 1968, he launched Student Magazine. He saw it as an alternative to the stale publications, as well as other school magazines which were available at that time. He was able to interview a few celebrities such as Vanessa Redgrave and Dudley Moore. According to his book, Richard Branson, Virgin Mega Brand Mogul, he also sold about $8,000 worth of advertising on the very first issue alone. Not long after, he started a mail-order record business, and his team members were made up of complete virgins. This was where he drew the inspiration when he opened the first Virgin Records shop in 1970. The company was off to a rocky start, but by 1972, he already had 14 record stores whose profits were used to found the music label. The following year, he had already earned his first $1 million after being able to sign Mike Oldfield and sold more than 5 million copies of his record Tubular Bells. From there, he was able to secure more record deals with artists such as Culture Club, Rolling Stones, and Sex Pistols. In 1981, he formed Virgin Books and Virgin Video. At that time, he was overseeing more than 50 different companies that had combined sales of more than $17 million. After 3 years, Virgin Atlantic was also born. But by 1992, he sold Virgin Records for more than $1 billion. The sale reportedly devastated Branson. He suffered several business failures too. It wasn't all rainbows and sunshine. Branson also dealt with business failures. His Virgin Cola had to end production because it only had 0.5% of the US market share. Despite his failures, he persisted and ended up with multiple businesses in different industries such as telecoms and media, financial services, music and entertainment, as well as travel and leisure. By 2004, he started going into space travel with Virgin Galactic, the world's first commercial space line. He most recently launched Virgin Voyages, his very first cruise line. Under Virgin Group, he has 70,000 employees working in 35 countries all over the world. Now that we know how he makes his money, what is he worth nowadays? As of February 2021, Richard Branson's net worth is reported to be approximately $1.7 billion, according to Celebrity Net Worth. His Virgin Group controls more than 400 companies. He was knighted in 2000 for his services to entrepreneurship, and his official title is Sir Richard Branson. He was selected in a 2002 BBC poll as one of the 100 greatest Britons. One of the first things he spent his money on was a private island. Necker Island was purchased in 1979 and is located in the British Virgin Islands. He went there on an all-expense-paid trip in 1978 and had fallen in love with it. Despite knowing that he didn't have enough money to purchase it, he was offered the island. He agreed on the viewing trip provided that he could bring someone along. He brought Joan Templeton, whom he would marry on the same island more than a decade later. On that first viewing, he wanted to impress his future bride, so he offered all that he could afford for the island. The owner, however, rejected his $100,000 offer. After a year, Branson's luck had changed, and he could finally afford to offer $180,000, and Necker Island became his property. But he didn't stop at just one. He owns 4 private islands. Everyone knows that Branson owns Necker Island. It's a famous hangout of celebrities. However, he owns 3 other islands. He owns Makepeace Island, a heart-shaped retreat on an Australian river, Great Britain Island, a part of artificial islands of the world in Dubai, and Mosquito Island, which he has since given away to some lemurs. However, unlike other wealthy people, he has a modest car collection. Branson's first car may be the humble 1968 British Morris Mini Minor, but he has come a long way day and can certainly afford more expensive vehicles now. One of his most prized automobiles is the Gibbs Aquata. The amphibious vehicle can swim across the English Channel. Developed by Gibbs Sports Amphibians, it is capable of speeds up to 160 km per hour on land and 50 km per hour on the water. We're not sure what other cars he owns, as there's very little information on that, but he does seem to be partial to electric cars. He did, however, say that Virgin will go head-to-head with Tesla in the electric car business, so we can expect Virgin electric cars to be soon on the road. Being a businessman, Branson owns a jet that can take him to places quickly. Considering that he's got his own private island, it would also be apropos to also have his own private jet. He needs to be able to bounce back from one place to another quickly. After all, his home and his offices are quite far from one another. He used to own a Falcon 900EX, and he got it for quite the bargain price of $16 million before the modifications. It may not have a crazy jumbo jet, but it got him from point A to point B. He now owns a Falcon 50EX. He said that he needed a small plane that can get out of the British Virgin Islands and a plane that's suitable for short distances. The 50EX fits the bill perfectly. 2020 was a rough year for him because he lost $200 million. The global health situation did not only affect normal people like us, it also affected billionaire Richard Branson. Shares of his space tourism startup, Virgin Galactic, fell considerably as markets reacted to the postponement of the highly anticipated space flight test. Because of the global health situation, they had to minimize their New Mexico operations to the greatest degree possible. The decision denied Branson and Virgin the opportunity to end 2020 on a literal high note. 2020 brought his business empire to its knees, and the space flight test would have provided relief. Fortunately, he was able to bounce back in the first quarter of 2021. Virgin Galactic stock was up more than 20% in February, and the space tourism company announced a new test flight for its Spaceship Two. The company even plans to start commercial space flights later this year. As of now, at least 600 people have paid as much as $245,000 to book a seat on a Virgin Galactic spaceflight. Aside from being a businessman, he has also authored several books. A few of the titles of his books are Screw Business as Usual, Like a Virgin, Secrets They Won't Teach You at a Business School, Screw It, Let's Do It, Business Stripped Bare, Reach for the Skies, Ballooning Birdmen and Blasting into Space, Losing My Virginity, How I Survived, Had Fun, and Made a Fortune Doing Business My Way, and The Virgin Way, How to Listen, Learn, Laugh, and Lead. He has plenty of hobbies to keep him busy. He may be running hundreds of companies under the Virgin banner, but that doesn't stop him from indulging in some of the most outrageous hobbies. He says that his hobbies are the secret to being resilient, and he doesn't shy away from adventure. He loves yachting, as a matter of fact. In 1985, he was part of the crew of the speedboat that tried to break the record for the fastest transatlantic crossing. He loves hot air ballooning too. In 1987, he worked with Pat Lindstrand, a Swedish adventurer, and set out to be the first people to cross the Atlantic in a hot air balloon, but they had to be rescued by the Royal Navy after their landing attempt failed. He likes kite surfing too, and at the age of 61, he became the oldest person to kite surf the English Channel. He was also spotted kite surfing the British Virgin Islands with former US President Barack Obama. Another favorite hobby of Branson's is biking, and he sometimes takes it to the extreme. He was in a cycling accident in the British Virgin Islands when he was thrown over his handlebars when he rode too quickly over a speed bump. He injured his shoulder, chin, and knee. Charity is close to Branson's heart. He has pledged to commit $3 billion, which is said to be all his profits from his travel firms over the next decade, to the reduction of global warming. He has also previously donated to educational charities in Africa, and he is a patron of the International Rescue Corps. He formed the Elders in 2007. It's a small group of leaders working to solve global conflicts without any vested personal interest. A few other members of the group are Peter Gabriel, Jimmy Carter, and Desmond Tutu. During Saddam's invasion of Kuwait, he organized to fly 40,000 blankets to refugees fleeing into Jordan. Charities he supported are Aegis Trust, Cancer Research UK, African Wildlife Foundation, 21st Century Leaders, Caldwell Children, Avoided Deforestation Partners, and American Civil Liberties Union. What do you like most about Richard Branson? Let us know in the comment section. We'll see you in our next video, and stay safe.